Prime Minister Mark Carney, by the way, making an announcement live this morning. Let's listen in live, see what the Prime Minister has to say.
Des investissements de 116 milliards de dollars au Canada. Le nouveau fonds pour bâtir des collectivités fortes permettra d'aménager des infrastructures
help fix local infrastructures in neighborhoods throughout Canada. Hospitals, roads, bridges, and public transit systems. All of these measures are part of our global strategy to help build investments of $1,000 billion over the next 5 years.
So we're starting to fundamentally transform our economy, building a stronger, more resilient, more independent Canada. It's already getting results. Dozens of new partnerships abroad, launching Build Canada homes, fast-tracking major nation-building projects. Our economy, Canada's economy, has created 190,000 jobs on net since August. In absolute terms, that's more than the United States over the same period. We have the right plan. The world is knocking at our door, and momentum is building. But as the Minister of Finance just said, the biggest payoffs will take time. And many Canadians are feeling the pressures right now of everyday expenses. Canadians need a boost today and a bridge to tomorrow. And that's why Canada's new government has been relentlessly focused on making life more affordable for Canadians. On day one, we canceled the consumer carbon tax, bringing down gas prices by 18 cents a litre. We then cut taxes for 22 middle-class Canadians, saving a two-income family up to $840 this year. We've cut taxes for first-time home buyers, saving them up to $50,000 on their first home purchase. Out east, we've reduced tolls for vehicles on the Confederation Bridge, cutting them from over $50 to $20, and cut fares by 50% on ferries in Atlantic Canada. As the Minister just mentioned, we launched automatic federal benefits, which will help 5.5 million lower-income Canadians get the benefits to which they are entitled, like the disability tax credit, and indeed the new measures that we're announcing today. We made the National School Program permanent, feeding 400,000 children healthy meals while saving their parents $800 per year on groceries. We also have a series of initiatives that will improve affordability by making structural changes to our economy. That's like building lots of affordable housing through Build Canada homes. And last week's new strategic partnership with China will make available tens of thousands of affordable electric vehicles in Canada. Nous avons appuyé la décision de CRTC.
The CRTC decision to extend the mandatory access to the wholesale market in telecommunications for one reason only: reduce the cost of access to internet, high-speed internet for Canadians, for you. In the 2025 budget, our government protected the essential social programs that offer each Canadians a equitable chance of succeeding. So daycare, dental care, medical insurance, medication insurance. Over the next few years, our government will work tirelessly to improve the affordability for all Canadians.
Bigger picture, overall inflationary pressures are easing. The consumer price inflation rate is back in the Bank of Canada's target range, and average wages in our country have consistently grown faster than the rate of inflation since this government took office. Fees for childcare across Canada have dropped by around 35% over the last 3 years, thanks to our childcare program. The average cost of cell services has fallen by more than 40% since 2020. That is, if you're able to switch plans. Gas prices have dropped by 14% from where they were a year ago, helped by that elimination of the consumer carbon tax. That's all good news. And with our economic plan kicking into gear, there's more good news on the horizon. But at the same time, for many Canadians, the cost of groceries and everyday essentials has been too high for too long. They need more support now. The pandemic caused inflation to spike worldwide, pushing up those costs of groceries and essentials, including rent. Global supply chain shocks, subsequently shocks caused by tariffs, weather events from our changing climate, and geopolitical disruptions have caused food prices to rise faster than overall inflation. So orange juice is up 12% year on year, ground beef up 19%, coffee and tea up by 24%. Ce problème ne touche pas seulement une minorité de gens très vulnérables. L'an dernier,
last year, the Canadian Food Bank declared that almost 2.2 million Canadians will go every month to a food bank. Currently, 25% of household has food insecurity, and 50% of Canadians are 2 fingers away from having to turn towards a food bank.
So last week, just a few days ago, in Quebec City, our cabinet convened and we focused on how to make life more affordable for Canadians now, and also how to tackle the root causes of food insecurity in Canada. Those deliberations including a long conversation with Kirsten Beardsley, the CEO of Food Banks Canada, to talk about these critical issues and what different levels of government can do to address them. You know, one of the best things, and there are many great things about our country, but one of the best things about our country is that we look out for each other, that we believe our economy is strongest when it serves every Canadian. So we're acting today, Canada's new government is acting today to provide a boost to those Canadian families who most need one, while creating a bridge to longer-term food security and affordability. Everyone pays the same GST on items that they buy, no matter how much money they make. But since groceries and other essentials make up a larger share of the budget of lower-income Canadians, the GST puts a higher burden on those less well off. The GST credit has helped to make our tax system fairer by returning a portion of the federal sales tax to Canadians with lower incomes, providing relief for people who feel the extra cost at the checkout most acutely. The rise in food prices means that a lot of these Canadians need more support right now. So today we're announcing that our government is launching the new Canada's Groceries and Essentials benefit. This will deliver hundreds of dollars more into the bank accounts of more than 12 million Canadians. Starting this year, we're taking the existing GST credit amount and raising it by 25% for 5 years. And in addition, we're providing a one-time payment equivalent to 50% of the GST credit this year. So what does that mean? Well, right now, a family of 4 receives about $1,100 a year with the existing GST credit.
All right, we've been listening in live as Prime Minister Mark Carney is at a grocery store in Ottawa this morning, making an announcement there about a GST cut for about 12 million Canadian families, talking about a GST credit, talking about a one-time payment, talking about putting money in the pockets of people who desperately need the help, as, of course, he highlighted there how much food inflation has increased beyond the regular rate of inflation here in the country. We'll have more details on the announcement for you, more on the numbers here, but again, a cut to the GST for hundreds of Canadian residents here.